The smell of roasting turkey filled the house as I set the dining room table for Thanksgiving. My daughter, Lily, 8 years old with dark curls and the brightest smile I'd ever seen, helped me fold napkins into neat triangles. She'd been practicing all week, wanting everything to be perfect for her first big family holiday with us. We finalized her adoption 6 months ago, and she was still learning that family meant safety, that home meant permanence, that love didn't come with conditions. "Mom, should I put the fancy plates out?" Lily asked, her small hands careful with the china. She had only recently started calling me Mom without hesitation, without that split-second pause where she'd wonder if she had the right. "The fancy plates are perfect, sweetheart." I kissed the top of her head, watching her beam with pride. These small moments of confidence were hard-won. Her caseworker had warned us about the trauma, the attachment issues, the years of instability before she came to us. But here she was, taking ownership of our family traditions like she'd always belonged. My sister Amanda arrived first, sweeping through the door with her usual dramatic flair, barely knocking before entering. Her husband followed with their 2 biological children, twins who immediately headed for the living room without greeting anyone, tracking mud across the hardwood floors I just cleaned. "Oh, you're using those plates?" Amanda's nose wrinkled as she examined the table. "I thought we agreed I'd handle the hosting this year." "You offered to bring the desserts," I reminded her gently. "We're hosting." "Right, while someone has to maintain standards." She glanced at Lily, who'd gone quiet beside me. "Is she helping?" "That's sweet." The tone made my stomach tighten. That dismissive voice, like Lily was a pet doing a trick rather than a child contributing to her family's celebration. My parents arrived next, my mother carrying her famous sweet potato casserole. She hugged me briefly before turning her attention to Amanda. "Darling, you look wonderful. Have you lost weight?" "Mom," Lily helped set the table, I offered, guiding my daughter forward. My mother glanced down with a polite smile. "That's nice, dear." Then she turned back to Amanda. "Tell me about the twins' soccer tournament." Lily's hand found mine, squeezing tight. I squeezed back, a silent promise that I saw her, even if they didn't. My husband Marcus came downstairs from his office, where he'd been finishing a work call. He took in the scene with those observant eyes that missed nothing. His gaze lingered on Lily's downturned face before meeting mine. I saw the question there. I shook my head slightly. "Not yet." "Good to see you," my father said, shaking his hand. "How's work treating you?" "Very well, sir. I'll tell you about it over dinner." As more family members arrived, the house filled with noise and activity. Amanda had somehow positioned herself as a de facto hostess, directing people to the living room, commenting on the appetizer arrangement, adjusting the thermostat without asking. I watched her move through the rooms with ownership, as if this were her domain rather than mine. She'd always done this, ever since we were kids. Whatever I had, she claimed authority over. "The temperature's fine, Amanda," I said as she reached for the thermostat again. "It's stuffy in here. You always keep it too warm." She turned it down 3 degrees. Marcus caught my eye from across the room and mouthed, "Let it go." But we both knew this was about more than temperature control. This was about Amanda's need to be in charge, to prove she had power in a space that wasn't hers. My uncle arrived with his new girlfriend, and Amanda immediately monopolized them, giving a tour of the house as if she'd chosen the paint colors and furniture placement. I heard her in the hallway. "This is such a cozy family home. We'd had so many memories here over the years." As if she paid the mortgage, as if she maintained a garden, as if this were communal property rather than the home Marcus and I built together. "You know," Amanda said loudly to our cousin Jennifer, deliberately ensuring I could hear, "it's so important to maintain family traditions. Some people think change is good, but I believe in preserving what matters." Her eyes flickered to Lily, who sat quietly in the corner with a picture book, trying to make herself small and unobtrusive. Something should stay within the real family. "You know, bloodlines matter." Marcus appeared at my elbow. "She's laying on thick today. She always does. She thinks that because Mom and Dad helped with the down payment years ago, this is still their house to control." Interesting perspective. Marcus said mildly, given the paperwork I reviewed this morning. Before I could ask what he meant, Amanda called everyone to the table. Dinner's ready. Let's all sit down and be grateful for real family. The adults gathered around the large dining room table, while the twins raced to claim seats. Lily started to follow me, her small hand reaching for the chair beside mine. Oh no, sweetie. Amanda intercepted her with a saccharine smile that didn't reach her eyes. Adopted kids sit at the kids' table. The room went quiet. Lily froze, her face draining of color. Amanda, I started, but she cut me off. It's just practical, she announced to the room. The kids' table is in the kitchen. It's where children belong. No offense to your situation, but we shouldn't disrupt seating arrangements for everyone else. My twins are sitting here, someone pointed out. They're family, Amanda said simply, as if that explained everything. Biological family has priority at family events. It's tradition. Lily started trembling. I could see it in her shoulders, the shaking that meant she was trying not cry. 8 years old, and already she had learned that sometimes the people who should protect you are the ones who hurt you most. We'd worked so hard in therapy to build her sense of security, to help her believe she deserved love and belonging. My vision blurred with tears. 6 months of progress. 6 months of, you're my real daughter. 6 months of building trust, demolished in one casual cruelty. Before my tears could fall, Marcus stood. His chair scraped against the hardwood floor, the sound sharp in the silent room. His face was calm, almost pleasant, but I knew that expression. It was his courtroom face, the one he wore when he was about to dismantle an opponent's argument piece by piece. Interesting, he said, his voice conversational. Should I tell everyone who really owns this house? Fork stopped mid-bite. Amanda's smile froze. What are you talking about? My mother asked, confused. Marcus pulled out his phone with deliberate slowness. I'm talking about property ownership. Since we're discussing who belongs where and establishing hierarchy based on real family, I thought it might be relevant to clarify whose house this actually is. This is Mom and Dad's house, Amanda said, though her confidence wavered. They helped buy it. They contributed $15,000 toward a down payment 22 years ago, Marcus agreed, on a house that cost $180,000 at the time. My wife and I have been paying the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and all maintenance for 2 decades. He scrolled through his phone. We refinanced 8 years ago under our names only. Your parents haven't held any ownership stake since then. My father's face had gone pale. Now, Marcus, he tried, we had an understanding that this was a family home. Yes, Marcus continued calmly, which is why we've never mentioned that we own it outright. Why we've welcomed everyone for holidays without asking for rent or compensation. Why we've allowed certain people, his eyes landed on Amanda, to treat it as if they had any authority here. You're being ridiculous, Amanda snapped, but her voice shook. This is about my daughter. My real, legal, permanent daughter whom you just told doesn't belong at the family table in her own house. He set his phone on the table, displaying a property deed. Here's the ownership record. Here's the mortgage statement showing our names only. Here are the property tax receipts we've been paying. Would you like to see the utilities? The homeowner's insurance? All in our names, because this is our house. The silence was deafening. Lily, Marcus said gently, pulling out the chair beside him at the head of the table. This is your seat. Right here next to your dad. Lily looked at me, uncertainty in her eyes. I nodded, wiping away tears that were no longer from sadness. She walked slowly to Marcus, and he lifted her into the chair with gentle hands. Now, Marcus continued, his voice still calm but carrying steel underneath, let's discuss these seating arrangements. This is our home. Lily is our daughter, not adopted daughter, not situation, not disruption. Our daughter, and in our home, our daughter sits wherever she wants. Marcus, please. My mother tried. There's no need to be hostile. I'm not being hostile, he said. I'm being clear. For years we've allowed this family to treat this house as communal property. We never asked for rent when Amanda needed a place to stay for 3 months during her divorce. We never charged anyone when you needed to store furniture in our garage for a year. We've hosted every holiday without complaint or expectation of reciprocity. He looked around the table, meeting each person's eyes. But apparently our generosity has been mistaken for weakness. Our daughter, in her own home, has just been told she's not good enough to sit with her family. It wasn't like that, Amanda protested weakly. Then how was it? I finally found my voice. Explain to me how telling an 8-year-old adopted child that she doesn't count as real family isn't exactly what it sounded like. Amanda's face flushed red. You're too sensitive. She needs to understand reality. The reality, Marcus interrupted, is that you just insulted your host's child in their own home. The reality is that you've been playing Lady of the Manor in a house you have no claim to. The reality is that your parents have been acting like they have authority over a property they don't own. My father cleared his throat. Son, I think we all need to calm down. I am calm, Marcus assured him. I'm simply establishing facts, since we're apparently doing that now. Fact, we own this house. Fact, Lily is our legal daughter with every right any biological child would have. Fact, this behavior is unacceptable. So what are you saying? Amanda's voice turned nasty. You're going to kick us out over a seating chart? I'm saying the free ride is over, Marcus replied. The assumption that you can walk into our home and treat our daughter as less than is over. The pretense that this is communal family property is over. He pulled Lily closer, and she leaned against him, tears streaming down her face. But she wasn't shaking anymore. Here's what's going to happen, Marcus continued. Lily is going to sit at this table and eat Thanksgiving dinner with her family. Anyone who has a problem with that is welcome to leave. Anyone who wants to stay will treat her with the same respect they give any other child at this table. Marcus, please. My mother tried again. This is family. You can't just... Can't what? He asked. Protect my daughter? Set boundaries in my own home? Expect basic human decency? He shook his head. Watch me. Mom, Dad, let's go. Amanda said sharply, grabbing her purse. We don't need to stay where we're not wanted. You're wanted, I said quietly. You're just not allowed to abuse my daughter anymore. If you can't tell the difference, then yes, please leave. Amanda stormed out, her family trailing behind her. My parents hesitated, caught between their daughters. She's right. My father said finally, looking at Lily with something like shame. The girl should sit with her parents. I'm sorry, sweetheart, my mother admitted, sitting back down slowly. I didn't realize. You didn't think about how your actions affected an 8-year-old child. I finished. That's the problem, Mom. You've all been so caught up in Amanda's drama and the twins' activities that you forgot Lilia's family, too. The remaining family members shifted uncomfortably. My cousin Jennifer spoke up quietly. I'm sorry, Lily. You should absolutely sit wherever you want. I brought an extra pie. Do you like pumpkin? Lily nodded, a small smile breaking through. Then you and I are going to split it after dinner, Jennifer promised. Slowly, the tension eased. Dinner resumed with several empty chairs and a very different energy. Marcus kept Lily close, serving her food and making her laugh with silly jokes. By the end of the meal, she was chattering about her school play, and the adults were listening, really listening. After everyone left, I found Marcus in our bedroom. Thank you, I whispered. For what? For protecting her, for standing up, for making it clear she belongs. She's our daughter, Marcus said simply. No one gets to treat her as less. Not in our home, not anywhere. They really thought they owned this place. All these years acting like we were guests. Not anymore. Marcus pulled out his laptop. I'm documenting everything tonight. New house rules, written boundaries. And if Amanda wants to host Thanksgiving next year, she can do it at her apartment. We might have just destroyed family relationships, I said quietly. No, Marcus corrected. We established what kind of family we are, the kind that protects our children. All of them, regardless of biology. From down the hall, I heard Lily singing softly in her room, a sound we rarely heard. The shaking was gone. The fear was gone. In its place was the confidence of a child who had just learned that her parents would move mountains to protect her. Some things are worth more than keeping peace. Some boundaries are worth defending. And some 8-year-old girls are worth burning bridges for.